Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how to program a simple conveyor system for sorting cartons according to their sizes. We want to separate cartons. The big ones will go one way and the smaller ones will go another way. That is what this program is about. Just a simple programming of conveyor with ladder logic. So we only need 3 rungs of ladder to do this programming. So if you're interested, let's go. So we have a simple system that looks like this, and it's a conveyor system, and there are 3 conveyors, 1, 2, and 3, and the small conveyor will go straight while the larger one will go across. Across the third conveyor, there is a pusher. As you can see, this is the third conveyor, and across there's a pusher, and that pusher will push the bigger cartons that will be sensed by the sensor to the third conveyor that is across opposite. So there is the sensor. As you can see, the sensor has an offset. So the smaller containers will pass under the sensor. The sensor is a straight line sensor. So the small containers will pass right under and the sensor will not sense it. But the larger containers will be sensed and will be kicked across. There is a start button and also there is a stop button. Aside from the stop button, we also have the emergency stop button. And the emergency stop button is to stop the system when there's an emergency, as the name implies. It's also called the e-stop, and it's not a momentary button. In fact, in comparison with the other two start and stop buttons are momentary push buttons, but the emergency stop is not it's not a momentary button. I'll explain that very soon. As you can see, it's running. The start button is on, and when you click on the stop button, you can control it that way. But if you click on the emergency stop and you click on the start, it's not going to work until you release the emergency stop. So that is the difference between the stop button and the emergency stop button. As you can see, it's the green is on, it's going, and also you need to, if you can see the first, this is the large container, the sensor will sense it and it's going to push it. But you see that it's falling away from the conveyor because the speed of the conveyor and the speed of the pusher and also the position of the third conveyor have not been synced. So one way you can do that is to increase it. I've increased the speed of the conveyor, so you can see that it is now synced, although the third conveyor can still be adjusted a little. So that needs to be played around with. So it's just a simple program that you can use to program the operation like this. If you want to sort cartons by sizes, this is one way you can do that. And the program with ladder, if you're using ladder logic, it's very straightforward. If you look at my screen, if you look at the screen, you see this is a program. This video that is playing, I've prepared it before, so it's not in sync. It's not in sync with the ladder, but I'm going to play this so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'll go to the simulator. This is a live simulator. The reason I'm not doing it live is because the frame rate is very slow, so you might not be able to see it well. But I'll go on now. The frame rate of this is very slow, but let's go and run it and you see what I'm talking about. So it's running, it's working, but you can see it's breaking. It's breaking. The frame rate is slow. Now, if you go back to the this, you see that the status is changing. It is start. So if I stop it, for example, this will stop and this will become red. So I'll go in here and press stop. So it's stopped. You can see this is now red. That is, the stop light is now on. If we go back to this scene, you will see that the stoplight here, it's so, uh, but let me see, okay. Um, if you go here, you can see it's red, and yeah, that is it. So if I want to restart it, I'll press the start button. I'll press the start button. Okay, so it started again. It's going now. But you can see that the frame rate is not the best. That is why I didn't do the recording live. I had to do a record the video separate, and then bring it up to the software I'm using to do the editing. Not really editing. I'm using OBS Studio, so it's not flowing as I would like it. So that's why I'm using that. And as you can see, this is basically what is going to happen. So basically, let's look at how the program works. This is the start button. The start button is this button here. This is okay. This is the start button. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, let's go back here. This is the start button. This is the start button, and it's the same as this button you are seeing here. Okay, let me use. Okay, it's the same as the green button up there. That's the green button up there. You can't see it because yeah. So this button here is the start button. This is the stop button, the red button, and this is the emergency stop button. So when I click on this, it's a momentary button. When I press it, current flows to this coil, and this is the output coil. This output coil connects to the conveyors. So the current, when the conveyors are energized, I also want the green light for the start button to come on. So that's why I also connected the green light. So the first rung is to control the conveyors and the start light, which is the green light. Then when this same output, which is at output 02, this address, I use this same output as a signal to control the red light. That is, when the green light is on, I don't want the red light to be on. That is, when this is not on, this should be on. When this is, and the reverse is the case. When this is on, this should be off. When this is off, as in this, when this is off, which is means this should be on. So basically that is that. And the next one is for the pusher. This is the output coil for the pusher, and this is the signal from the sensor. So when the photocell senses a carton, it sends a signal, and the signal comes to the pusher, and the pusher activates by pushing the large containers out. So it's a very, very simple program. It's a very simple program, just on-off Boolean operations here. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in this kind of content, please do well to subscribe to my channel and to look at them. Not just industrial automation, also process control. If you're interested in learning how to if you have to learn process control, you want to know what process control is about, how PID controllers work, how ratio controllers work, how inferential controllers work, what cascade controllers, name them, and how to tune PIDs, please do well to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see in our next videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.